can you please do the...
Alright, stop.
Okie dokie. What are we reading today?
Before we start though, we've got to explain or pose our name for this podcast.
Yeah, J&J Proverbs.
Yeah, but we've got to explain why.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So J&J is because it's Jordan and Joseph. And the Proverbs he added, so you can ask him.
It talks about J&J's wisdom. Because Proverbs is all about wisdom. And so we're going to grow our wisdom through this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
derived from the Proverbs book of the Bible. We aim to provide wisdom. So today, we'll be reading Mark chapter 6.
Why so strong today?
A prophet without honor.
Whoa. Can you go back? What are we reading?
Mark chapter 6.
Alright, and what's the reason you chose Mark 6 today?
Because I'm up to Mark chapter 6. So I want to share my Bible journey with you guys. So you guys can help on my journey. And I think it's pretty good as well. Mark's pretty good.
Alright, can we...
Alright. So let's do one verse each, two verses each. Jesus. And all who touched it was healed.
Amen.
Amen. That was
Wow.
a full-on chapter.
That was a proper chapter.
A lot of miracles there.
When we flipped the page, I was like, oh, that's a lot left.
Yeah, Mark's quite long. Any takeaways? You want to start off with?
Well, it's a key event in the Bible. Do you know the cafe on the Gold Coast called 5B2F Bakehouse?
Yeah, it's very famous.
Oh, you know?
Yeah.
Have you been there a couple times?
I've never been. I've tried their bread there because it's you know what I'm saying, it's like it's known well on the Gold Coast for
5B2F
being a good
Bakehouse.
bakery. Yeah.
And I thought of that immediately.
What I'm surprised about is they talk about this chapter, but it's only like 2 verses.
You seem like you're enjoying it. You're like nodding it.
Yeah, it's like 2-3 verses, but then like you
2
go
verses. What is
like
the story. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very concise.
Yeah, it's like
When it's like a phenomenal story.
Exactly. But then you go to church, you hear about all these sermons, and they emphasize so much on these couple verses. And they spread it out. They dissect the meanings behind it. But that's why I think not a lot of people, it takes time for someone to actually understand the verses, the parables in the Bible. Because I guess, like we just said, it's so concise, so short that there's so much meaning behind all these verses. And it does take a long time to actually understand them and have faith and, connect with people on this journey.
So did you start this year reading from Matthew, from New Testament?
No, so I started from John actually.
Oh my God.
So it's not very
But is it
consecutive.
John after Mark?
Yeah, it is.
You got backwards, mate.
Yeah, I wanted to start from John.
No, the only reason I ask is because I start from Matthew, and I'm pretty sure by the time I read this in Mark, because I remember reading this earlier in the year, this 5,000 bread fish story has come up multiple times. And so while it's short and concise in Mark, it's always correlated. Like there's this famous picture of cross references to the Bible, and there's like a million different lines cross-referencing. So there's that, like different authors of the Bible recounting the same story. So the shortness of the verses shouldn't undermine the credibility of the story.
Yeah, I mean, we should do a video for these guys going back in the Bible, searching for similar verses. Like you mentioned.
These guys, like our 0 viewers, like
I seem to be multiple viewers. What I want to emphasize on is Jesus' humble beginnings. So even in this chapter, they mention they're doing all these miracles, yet emphasize the point that he's just a carpenter.
oh yeah, this guy messaged me yesterday, and he was like, "Why is Jesus telling people not to tell about his miracles?" And then what did you ask? He just said, "Why is he not? Why doesn't he want others to know?"
Yeah.
And then my humble guess is that you don't want to exalt yourself because you're doing it for the sake of healing others and for the miracle action itself, rather than people knowing that you did the miracle. Those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted.
It's a prime example. It's quite interesting because Jesus is God, right?
Yeah.
He's above everyone else. Yet he's the most humble out of everyone.
Yeah.
If you look at his placement in the Bible, he was born in a barn, right? And this is God, right? He's above everyone else. Yet he has had the most humble start, which goes to explain how. What does this mean? Right? It's very quite interesting if you really think about it.
You know, Jordan Peterson was talking about Jesus, and he's like, Jordan Peterson said himself, Jesus is the best human you could ever possibly imagine that had the worst tragedy a human could ever face, the crucifixion, go to hell. And hearing it from someone like Peterson was like very reassuring, and it was very nice to hear that he saw Jesus as, I don't know if he's that Christian or not, but Jordan Peterson.
No, he's definitely religious.
I think he believes in a God.
Yeah, no, he does. He definitely does.
But he was saying like Jesus is like the best human you could ever ask for, but also got the worst torture any human could ask for.
Yeah. I guess it goes to show like the selfishness of humans by nature through sin. So even if you look at Herod, the Pharisees, whatnot, they see this person, this man doing all these miracles, yet they want to get rid of him. Right? He's doing no harm to the world, yet they're scared that his power would override them, which ultimately it does. But he's scared that he would be the one taking over power. He would be the one wanting that prestige, being on that pedestal. Like, they don't want that position in society to be taken away from them. Yet Jesus never wanted that in the first place, right? He never wanted to be in the castles, whatnot, having all these lavish foods, being with all these high rollers. Like, he never wanted that. He wanted to be with those that needed him, the sinners, the sick, the poor, which makes us reflect, right? Like, in society, we always want to compare us with other people. We always look down on other people that don't have much as us. And we always want to keep this somewhat social hierarchy. But Jesus is a prime example that goes to show that that's not the right thing to do.
I think Jesus hurt the Pharisees' ego. Like, because if the Pharisees were genuinely people that worship God, as a Pharisee, would you not consider the possibility that this guy, what he's saying is true? Like, if you were a genuine God worshipper, you would listen to the dude. But instead, they wanted to literally kill him. So that speaks to what their true priorities are. Like, you say you're worshiping God and you're a Pharisee because you're such a great follower of God, but he literally sent his son and now you want to kill him. Like, where are your priorities at? You value your position in society more than your love for God.
I think, yeah. I
Like,
think
wouldn't
that's-
it have crossed their minds that this Jesus guy is actually for real?
No, they knew. That's the whole point. They
So
knew.
that's messed up.
They knew. They were just blinded by Satan, because they knew he was doing all these miracles.
They knew he was Son
this
of
was
God.
real. They knew he rose from the dead, because after he did, they wanted to conceal the fact that he did.
So you think they
Right.
knew that he was actually the
No,
Son of God?
100%.
100%.
He's doing all these miracles. They knew for a fact. They were hearing all these things. They just wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah, yeah. So that makes them even more messed up. Because they proclaim themselves as, we worship God of Abraham, God of the Old Testament.
Yeah. They're supposed to be the leaders of the church.
Leaders of the church, but
Much corrupt.
if they know that this man is straight from God, then that's just so bad. That's
I
terrible.
think if I was to be in their shoes, I think what they're trying to do is they want more power, right? They want more control. They want to deny the fact that God is with them now in society where they can see him. Because keep in mind, like, God is like a spirit, right? He's up in heaven.
He's in another dimension.
It's another dimension. And so, in their place at the time, because they're the only ones who are deemed to be like the connection between normal society and God, right? They hold all the power ultimately.
Oh, yeah,
And they want to keep that power. The fact that there's someone in the same dimension as them doing all the miracles, just pissing them off, right? Because they knew that ultimately everyone's just got to start following Jesus.
Yeah.
Because he is the truth.
Yeah. So their pride was above their actual
Yeah.
loyalty to God.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
And that's greatly prevalent in today's society.
Right. Have you seen the Moses documentary on Netflix? Bro, you're gonna love it. It's like number 1 right now.
Is it?
Yeah, number 1. There's 3 episodes. I watched 1 episode. It's really good.
Wow.
It's just about Moses.
Like his stories in the Bible.
Like, you know that Moses animation movie that came out decades ago? It's like that, but with actors. So it talks about the plagues, about Moses' story.
It's in Exodus, right?
Yeah, Exodus.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about this documentary is it's also narrated, and then it's almost like a documentary, but also like a series. And what's crazy is people that are Muslim, people that read the Torah, and people that read the Hebrew Bible, all 3 types of people come out. Because Moses is in Torah, the Quran, and the Bible.
Right.
So I'm watching this, and then some Muslim lady comes out of nowhere saying, in the Quran, Moses did that and that. And then some other Jewish-looking guy says, in the Torah, Moses is this and that. So it's a very, very, it'd be hard for an atheist to watch. Because there's so many different sources that are not biased. It's a very well-made, acting is meh. But the experts that come in, like, you need to watch it.
Because the primary difference between the Quran and the Bible is that Jesus comes out as a prophet
Yeah.
in the Quran, right?
Yeah.
Whereas comes as the Son of God in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's quite different.
Did you know Moses killed a man?
Was that when before he was leading the Israelites?
Yeah, when he was under Pharaoh.
Yeah,
when he was Pharaoh's
on the way
family.
back, he killed,
Nah, that's why apparently he fled Egypt.
killed one of the slaves, right?
He killed one of the guards.
Right.
They were abusing the
Mhm.
workers.
Yeah.
And he just got pissed off
Yeah.
and then killed him and knew he'd get fucked up. So he fled.
And then that's where the burning bush came, right?
Yeah, the burning bush came.
Right, that makes sense.
And yeah.
And he went back.
And then he went back.
To help the Israelites.
Yes.
Yep, to the chosen land. Yeah.
And when he fled, he in the middle of nowhere, he met this group of people that nursed him and gave him hospitality. I forgot what the group was called. But it's a nice name. I was thinking of naming my son because it's a very key group of people that helped Moses in this part of his life. You gotta watch it. It's so good. It's
Yeah,
so
I
good.
remember I'm watching an animation on Moses. It was
Yeah,
like
that
one
one.
of them, like it was like a videotape.
No, that really famous one.
Yeah,
From
it's-
like the 1990s.
Yeah,
But it looks like it was
like a
made recently.
videotape. Yeah.
No, that
I
one's
remember
like.
watching it. It was on.
It's more in depth and more documentary type than the animation.
Mhm.
Yeah, Moses is a legend. Moses is a legend.
Yeah, I mean, times back then and times right now aren't that different. If you
But
look at
they didn't wear Nike pants back then.
they're like the ideologies of people and like the greed and the hunger and selfishness, like none of that ever changes.
No, it doesn't. It does not. Like greed and pride and power.
And so I'm so surprised because back in these days, these were the times where they would have been the closest to God physically.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Was it last week? That God is literally giving you so many signs. He's sending all these prophets. He's sending you Moses, and that wasn't enough. So he sent Jesus. Like, there's so many signs, and you still don't believe. Like, I feel like we don't have as big signs nowadays. Like, we don't have seas separating or floods or miracles. We don't see that now. Maybe hidden.
Yeah, I wonder why though. Do you think it's so normalized that they're desensitized to miracles?
No, but we don't see miracles like this.
Not today, I mean like back in their time.
Yeah, like
Like you're seeing all these miracles, are you not double thinking that this is actually God doing this miracle?
well, the documentary also says that all sorts of people believe in all sorts of different gods.
Right, so they think the sources are
Yeah,
from different.
yeah.
Right.
So that is one thing very different, is that they had so many different gods that they worshipped, and like that was such a strong. Like now it's so sanitized, and like no one really.
I guess that would make sense then.
But the one that still prevails is the God of our ancestors,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But I guess like if there's so many gods at the point, you're just making up gods, right?
Yeah,
So
like the rest are now
you can
gone.
you can basically think that, oh yeah, this is the God and he's all for money, he's all for power, so I'm just gonna get more money and power, you know what I mean? So you're creating your own God into the way that you want their ideologies to be,
Yeah.
so that it looks like they're empowering you to do certain actions a certain way. I guess that's where you just fall down the rabbit hole of being more corrupt.
We get this. What do you think about this? Yesterday in the documentary, they were saying, if you take the Bible literally, God doesn't deny the existence of other gods. He just says, don't worship other gods. If you take that grammatically, that does not mean that there aren't any other gods. He's just saying, worship me. What do you reckon? When I heard that, I was like, damn.
It says don't worship other gods.
Because it's one of the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, I mean it's implying that there's only
You
one
shall
God.
have no other gods before me. It's literally the first commandment. So one of the guys was saying, if you take that literally, that doesn't mean there aren't any other gods.
No, but like I think it also means that it could be depending on how you perceive it, right? If you
Right.
perceive a phone to be a god,
Right.
that could be your god,
Right.
But it's implying that there's only one true God, right? But there's multiple gods that you can have in your life that you deem as God.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, like the God as in sort of a higher power.
Like nowadays, you could worship a
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
and
yeah.
say it's a god, right?
Right.
But they're just retarded. Right?
You like shoes,
Yeah, I like shoes.
No, but like as in higher power, do you reckon that's a possibility?
There's more other higher power. No, I don't.
No, that we should.
I mean,
We should.
clearly not.
No.
But yeah, that's an interesting take. Do you have any other?
No, that was a proper chapter. talk about Moses
Yeah.
when chapter was about Jesus.
Yeah, guys, I used to think that when I was young, you had to read the books in chronological order from Genesis.
Oh, read it however you want, mate.
No need, like literally no need. I think I think the New Testament is very good to get a more of an insight on the encounters of Jesus, especially John, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Definitely books that you should start reading because they're very dense. The chapters are quite longer compared to the other books in the Bible, and you really get a lot out of these chapters. So definitely recommend them.
Oh, Exodus is the second chapter in the Bible. What? Did you know that?
I didn't.
What? It's straight after Genesis?
Yeah, because I guess Jesus wasn't around in that time.
No. I understood that. I knew it was in the Old Testament, but damn. Midian. Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I'm realizing. Like the storyline of the books actually don't go in order.
Kind of does.
No, because in Matthew, is it Matthew?
No, but it can't be chronological because it's recounts of the same events sometimes.
Yeah. No, that's because I just read it in the wrong order. Because Jesus dies in John. Right? But then I'm reading Matthew and Mark and Jesus is still alive, so. Let me rephrase that. He died, but he rose back from the dead, so.
Fuck, dude. You know what Joe Biden did? So you know how it was Easter last Sunday?
Yeah.
You know what Joe Biden announced on Easter Sunday? You know what he said? He said he proclaimed Easter Sunday as Transgender Day of Visibility.
Okay, let's not go into that.
No.
Biden is just.
Can you believe that?
He's a sick man.
And like Patrick Bet-David was talking about this, and people were going crazy on X. Like, bro, on Easter Sunday, you proclaim Transgender Day of Visibility. Like, he's put that into the US Constitution now. Like, just take that in for a second.
There is no way.
No, he did. I checked the White House website.
They have it in the White House.
No, he's proclaimed it, which means he's like fucking put it into the US law system.
No, but that's not something that the president can do on his
That's
own.
what he does. That's what he did. But it's on the White House website, and just whether it's actually in the bill or not, the action.
Because
and
it
the
has to
words-
get approved by multiple people.
Honestly, like, I don't even think that's what people are complaining about. It's his intention. Like, what are you doing? And I wouldn't be surprised if it's his people that are pushing that. Because he's probably too old to be thinking about that sort of stuff. It's probably the Democratic Party using Joe Biden's name.
No, it's definitely just like calling Korea like Paji Sajang, right?
What's Pakistan?
It's where you just have the clothes of a boss, yet your mind
no.
is controlled. It's like Ratatouille, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the chef that comes up in Ratatouille.
Oh, yeah.
It's a small little rat controlling everything, yet it's in the body of some man.
Yeah, that guy's... How many times has he fallen over? Huh? He fell off a bike, he fell off stages,
Have you seen those cards where he has like instructions on how to walk?
Yeah, and he's like, President, you're gonna turn left.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, this episode's going too long. We'll try to keep it short for you guys.
yeah,
next
how
time.
long has it been? Oh, it's been 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Let's wrap it up.
Alright. Good stuff, guys. See you next week.
No. Whoa. How was your week? It shouldn't be this long, like next time. Because I don't want to go in and cut. We can't make it this long.
We'll leave it at that.
No.
We can't keep the viewers.
Quick summary of what's happened in the past week.
So, what happened the past week? Interesting.
I got my marks back and I was very satisfied.
For your assignment?
For business law.
Your assignment?
Yeah, the one you preferred actually.
Yeah. Did you do one?
Yeah, I did pretty well. Surprisingly.
HD? Really?
Yeah. So thank you.
Well done.
Not just HD. was in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Anyway, thank you for reading that.
100%.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. Bye.
Bye. Sounds like